about one more subject before we really go off on the tangent, right? I want to have a quick discussion. This goes inside with Dr. Moise Watkins as well, guys. I want to talk about Michael Jordan. Lex up in the building, guys. I want to talk about the man who's on my wall right now. Chicago represent here. I want to have a quick discussion about Michael Jordan, his son Marcus, and Marcus's recent, fling, now girlfriend, and Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen, who is now the ex-wife, the former wife of Scottie Pippen. They've been kicking it, doing their thing now for like the last, 3 or 4 months now? This has kicked off since, March? Between Marcus and Larsa Pippen? As we know, there's been a lot of stuff that's going on with Larsa Pippen, right? Like just about 2 weeks ago, the information just got poured on that she's now entitled to Scottie Pippen's NBA pension as of 2016. So whatever the end date is at 2016 and how much money is in that account of 2016, Larsa is entitled to half of Scottie's pension, guys, which is crazy as hell, right? Been divorced, out here being a banshee, messing around with Future, Malik Beasley, amongst other guys, and now that she's with Marcus Jordan, they got a podcast together. Larsa even said that she wants to marry Marcus and want to have his babies. Not even realizing the fact that if we talk about Larsa Pippen, her son during his past NBA season was playing for the Los Angeles Lakers as an undrafted free agent, rookie. But what happened during the season, her ex-fling, Malik Beasley, was traded to the Lakers. So her son was teammates, or you could say employees, co-workers with yo mama's jump off who she was cheating with your daddy. It got so bad, guys, that Scottie Pippen Jr., even though he's a rookie, undrafted, and has no equity or say-so about his NBA career because he is just trying to get his footing here, he demanded and requested a trade from the Lakers because he didn't want to deal with Malik knowing the history there. You know how bad it is that your son actually, he may not be as good as his daddy, but got into the league here, and now he can't be successful because of his mother? Because of his mother just out here messing around with everybody here. And just recently, like on their podcast, they're talking about Marcus and Larsa Pippen actually got a podcast, and I listened to it, and it's struggle, guys. It's really struggle. I mean, just because you got a name doesn't mean you can run a podcast or you can do a YouTube channel. Not everybody can do this, right? Have babies. Ain't she like 50? Yeah, Theo. She like 48. She's 48, Theo. Crazy. So she even said that she wants to get married, has Marcus kids, and even want to take on Marcus' last name. She wants to be Larsa Pippen Jordan. Larsa's trying to play the ultimate sway where she can get Scottie's money and somehow get an inheritance down the line to get MJ's money. But what I want to talk about here is, how does Michael Jordan feel about this? Michael has 5 kids, 3 with Juanita, and now he has twins with his current wife right now. Marcus is the youngest son. Jeffrey's the oldest here. So what does Michael Jordan feel about Marcus Jordan, his son, dating Larsa Pippen? Well, I want to bring an article up from Fox Sports here. It originally came from TMZ, but TMZ be acting funny here with their articles here. So I'd rather use Fox here because it's giving us the same content here. And so let's get into this here. I'm gonna bring the article on here. And the article from Fox Sports says Michael Jordan finally addressed son dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife here. So I got myself in a small box here. So let me scroll down here. And there's an article about this. We can see Michael and Scottie in the picture here in their playing days. And we can see now Marcus and Larsa. Now, I know Larsa's 48 years old. I give Larsa some dappy. She got a body. I mean, at 48, she's straight for the show, guys. And that's what Marcus is seeing here right now. But what I want to do is we're going to read this article. But what I also want to do is play the video of Michael actually saying something. Not insinuated, not third party saying, well, a friend of Michael or MJ says this. This is what we got here when it comes to Michael Jordan and how he feels about Marcus here. Let's play the video here. I'm going to see if I can, let's see, let's play it here.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it? No. You don't approve?
You hear that?
Do you think he's going to ask her to marry him?
Let's play it again.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it? No. You don't approve? Do you think he's going to ask her to marry?
Wait, one more time, guys.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it? No. You don't approve? Do you think he's going to ask her to marry him?
Guys, one word. Hey, Michael, do you approve of Marcus and Larsa's relationship? No. That's how Michael feels about it, y'all. In the article here, Michael Jordan has finally addressed his son dating the ex-wife of his longtime Chicago Bulls teammate, Scottie Pippen. Jordan was asked TMZ Sports paparazzi if he approved his son Marcus, 32, dating Larsa Pippen, 48, while leaving Madigan in Paris on Sunday, July 2nd. No, he said before shaking his head while getting to the SUV. You guys heard it. You guys see the quote in the article, but I played that several times so you can hear Michael's own voice here. In January, Larsa shared a photo of herself and Marcus with his arm wrapped around her and the two holding hands in front of a mural featuring Marcus' father's jersey at the Trophy Room boutique with the Jordan family residence. We were like Jordan comment on the post here. He says, that what I like. Here they look at them here. I mean, Larsa got a little body here, guys. You know, I mean, at 48, she's still keeping herself cute and everything, but she's still 48, guys. The photo marked the first time Marcus was shared on Larsa's main feed since the two were initially spotted together at Zuma in Miami in September, with Larsa later claiming that the two were just friends to People magazine and BravoCon in 2022 in October. Larsa married Scottie Pippen in 1997 when he and Michael Jordan won their 5th and 6th NBA championships as arguably the basketball's greatest duo in NBA history. Reports of Larsa and Marcus' potential romance came months after Scottie slammed Michael in his memoir, Unguarded, over how Jordan was portrayed in the documentary The Last Dance compared to his Bulls teammates. They glorified Michael Jordan while not giving nearly enough praise to me and my proud teammates. Michael deserved large portions of the blame, Pippen wrote. The producers had granted him editorial control of the final product. The doc couldn't have been released otherwise. He was the leading man and the director. Except Michael was determined to prove to the current generation of fans that he was larger than life during his day, and still larger than LeBron James, the player many consider his equal, if not superior. Even in the second episode, with focus for a while on the difficult upbringing and unlikely path to the NBA, the narrative returned to MJ and his depth and determination to win. I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time, he called me. He could have been more condescending, and if he tried. Each episode the same. Michael Jordan on a pedestal, his teammate secondary, smaller and message. No different from he referred to us back then as his supporting cast. From one season to the next, we received little or no credit, whatever. We won, but the bulk of the criticism when we lost. Michael could shoot 6 for 24 from the field, commit 5 turnovers, and he was still in the minds of adoring press and public. The errorless Jordan. Now, here I was in my mid-50s, 17 years since my final game, watching us being demeaned once again. Living through the first time was insulting enough. Okay, guys. Scottie Pippen has a bigger problem with Mike than Mike has a problem with Scottie. Scottie, unfortunately, is in his beta ways as well. The documentary was never supposed to be about the Chicago Bulls. It was about Michael Jordan. This was his documentary. He had this footage. It's not our fault that you didn't understand that Michael's doing a documentary about himself and about the last year of the Bulls. You know? It's not about that here. It's not about the Bulls. It's about Mike here. It's his documentary. If you want the team documentary, then maybe you should make it yourself, Scottie, or get with your teammates or approach a producer or a network saying, yeah, here's Michael. Let's have an overall team thing here. You know? Hold on. Let me see here. I'm going to start this here. I see Alvin's in his beta energy as well. I'm going to address you in a second. You're in your beta energy, brother. Talking about let the young brother get some of that old kitty. When the GOAT, Michael Jordan, says, you don't approve? Listen to your daddy, Marcus. But here's the problem that we have here. Scottie chose the wrong woman. Scottie chose a woman who was always for the streets. And now that not only she took half his money, embarrassed him and his name, dating all kinds of guys out here in the streets, and then having rappers make songs about it. What did Future say? He banged your woman with Gucci flip-flops on. Scottie is taking the ultimate L's because he did not have his business right. He didn't have his business right when he first signed his major contract extension back in, was it 91 or 92? And he felt that he was underpaid for that 6 or 7 year contract when the own Bulls GM, Krause, even said, don't sign this deal. He signed it and regretted it a year later. Scottie created that dynamic, not the Bulls, not Michael. He did. He signed a deal that was outdated a year later. Bad business move because he left money on the table if he would just waited or took the short-term deal. He married a woman who he had multiple kids with, and she left him. And here's the thing, guys. When they were divorced and going to, they were living together still. So when she was messing around with Future and Malik Beasley, she was coming home, whatever she was going out of town, she'd come home to that same house that Scottie was living in. That is the ultimate L when you know your girl's out there in the streets getting banged out, getting slutted out, getting her inner gizzards pushed in, and she's still coming home and sleeping in your house, and there's nothing you can do about it because of the court case here. Michael didn't do that. Scottie, that was your choice by choosing this woman here. And now she is bounced around to now we see the hypergamous nature of her messing around with Marcus Jordan. So we see here that Michael doesn't approve of this here because this is becoming messy. And we know Michael's not about that messiness because even when drama's going on about Mike, especially out here even out here in the mid 2000s, Michael had a way, whether it's him or the media, saying, we don't want messiness with Mike here. Mike had a good relationship with the media where even something came out, it was still pro Mike. So Mike has the team behind him that says, hey, we know this is going to be juicy here, but y'all want more of Mike and access. Y'all can't be, doing this in like that. Mike had a good relationship with the media, but Michael's not here for the messiness here. And so for Scottie to constantly take shots at Michael here, I think Scottie now is at a point in his life where he realizes that everything's about him, but he's not taking accountability for himself. He knows he chose wrong, but he's attacking the wrong person because we can say here he got insecurities to bring up Michael could shoot 6 for 24 and have 5 turnovers and he'll get the win. Michael didn't shoot 6 for 24 every single goddamn game. If you look at Michael Jordan's career statistics, he is a career 50% shooter from the field. If you want to go sports stats here, 49%, 48%, 51% in certain years, but a career 50% scorer in the league here. Won all those scoring titles. So yes, you're going to have an off night if you put up all those numbers, but it's not like Michael was shooting like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was with a career like a 42, 43% field goal shooter where he would have nights where you see Iverson go 7 for 24. It was kind of rare when you see Mike go 6 for 24 all the time. But Scottie is not living in his true frame here. He has taken so many L's. He has made so many mistakes. So now the problem's got to be somebody else. It's not him. It's Mike. Fellas, we got to be careful not to move like Scottie Pippen here. We make the wrong decision in our career and we leave money on the table. That's not on anybody else. That's on you for taking the bad deal. If you marry the wrong woman or you date the wrong woman, you have kids with her, and then she turned out to be a living hell where you're getting stressed out and she's out here in the streets. Fellas, this is about accountability here, how we grow up here. You choose the wrong woman and she will make your life live in hell, and that's nobody's fault but yourself here. And now we got Michael Jordan coming out saying, hey, look, I don't agree with this here. So Michael's not here for the messiness here. He finally came out and said this here. So I wonder how Larsa responds to this here, because she wants to be part of the family. She wants to be Pippen and Jordan and have not only the pension from Scottie, but the inheritance that may come down to Marcus from Michael as well. She's trying to double dip on the 90s Bulls. So I want to see her response to saying, Michael don't rock with you. He don't co-sign this relationship. And if Michael don't co-sign this relationship, we know that even though they're divorced, Juanita don't co-sign this relationship. And so we got that happening here. How long will this last? How long will this relationship last? It can't be too much long here, because do I really think that Marcus would go against his daddy when he's actually running his dad's trophy store? His memorabilia store is run by Marcus. And on top of that, too, only thing Marcus is successful for is being Michael's son. Marcus is not doing anything that's separating himself from the family. And you know what, though? It's cool that, that so much is in place that he can work, but he is not being his best self here. He's living a good life, living off his daddy's name and running the trophy room. So as we go on the future here, I'm kind of curious how Marcus and Larsa respond to this here and how long will it last. But here's the thing here. Michael has spoken and he's saying he don't co-sign. So Scottie, I hope right now this stops the shots a little bit, because Michael's saying he don't endorse it. And so when we got two icons here in Chicago that made so much history, we just hope that this stops right now, because if it doesn't here, we're just going to see two old men. No, not two. We're going to see one old man look crazy in the streets because Michael's being silent. Michael's living his life. He just sold the Charlotte Hornets here. He's made another $2 billion on top of him being a billionaire now. When you think about all the taxes and fees that go along with it, he's going to pocket another $2 billion. Michael's good. But Scottie, how are you? Man, y'all, let me get to these supers here, man. Hold on.